It was an ordinary day, and I was still living my life in the realm of the mundane when I serendipitously stumbled upon an enigmatic Craigslist listing. The ad read, "Extraordinary antique doll, a must-see to comprehend." The description was otherworldly, and it culminated with a contact number. Curiosity wrestled with trepidation in my thoughts as I fixated on the listing. Could there genuinely exist a doll of such malevolence and terror? My mind was besieged by inquiries, and the prospect appeared irresistible, an invitation to plunge headlong into the abyss of fear. With a heady mix of disquiet and fascination, I summoned the courage to dial the provided number. A quavering voice responded from the far end, whispering, "Meet me at the forsaken, derelict farmhouse on Elm Street, just past the sun's descent. You shall have no cause for remorse." The voice sent shivers down my spine, yet my insatiable curiosity impelled me forward. The next moment, I found myself at the rendezvous point, an abandoned farmhouse that had witnessed the relentless march of time. Its cracked walls and broken windows told a tale of neglect and desolation. A single, flickering light in one of the windows seemed to beckon me, as if it held a dark secret waiting to be unveiled. That I stepped inside the decaying structure, and the atmosphere grew even more oppressive. Dust-covered relics of the past, cobwebs that adorned the corners, and a pervasive mustiness filled the air. In the heart of the room sat an ancient rocking chair, swaying eerily on its own as if propelled by some invisible hand. On a nearby table rested the mysterious antique doll. The doll, in all its grotesque splendor, was a sight to behold. Its porcelain visage bore a hauntingly realistic expression, and its once vibrant attire was now a faded and tattered relic of a bygone era. The seller, an enigmatic, elderly figure, emerged from the shadows and whispered, "It's yours for the right price." A haggling ensued, negotiations danced back and forth, and eventually, I yielded to the allure of the doll. As I left the forsaken farmhouse, an unsettling feeling enveloped me. I couldn't shake the sensation that I was being watched, and I hastened my steps towards the safety of my car. That night, as I placed the doll on a shelf beside my bed, I couldn't deny its captivating, albeit eerie, presence. Yet, beneath its beguiling exterior, something seemed undeniably amiss. I tried to sleep, but every time I closed my eyes, a faint child's laughter echoed through my room. The following days ushered in a wave of increasingly unsettling occurrences. Objects moved of their own accord, inexplicable shadows danced on the walls, and I heard the eerie whisper of a child's voice, calling my name. My dreams were no sanctuary either. They were inundated with nightmarish visions of the forsaken farmhouse and an overwhelming sense of dread. Desperate to rid myself of this cursed doll, I reached out to the seller, only to find his phone disconnected, and his Craigslist ad had vanished into the digital ether. I was now adrift in a nightmarish solitude, with nowhere to turn. With each passing day, the malevolent presence of the doll grew stronger. My life had been irrevocably consumed by fear, and I felt as though I was losing my grip on sanity itself. It was then that I made a fateful decision to return to the forsaken farmhouse in the hope of finding the answers I so desperately sought. But as I arrived at the decrepit farmhouse, it was as if the world had shifted its course. The place had vanished, leaving nothing behind but an empty field, whispering secrets that would forever remain untold. The revelation and the paranormal quest ***. Now, I remained trapped with this accursed doll, a chilling testament to the dark underbelly of Craigslist, where curiosity could lead to unimaginable nightmares. It was an unsettling realization that my life had become inextricably linked with the malevolent forces that seemed to emanate from the doll. In my pursuit to break free from this nightmarish ordeal, I reached out to paranormal experts, psychics, and investigators. Their consensus was unanimous: the doll was a vessel for a malevolent spirit, and the origins of its dark history were shrouded in mystery. I had no choice but to delve deeper into the supernatural world, to uncover the truth behind this cursed artifact. One fateful evening, as I was researching the doll's origins, I received a cryptic message from a mysterious figure who identified themselves as the Seeker of Lost Souls. The message contained an offer of assistance and a hint that they possessed knowledge about the doll's origins. The Seeker agreed to meet me in a secluded location, far from prying eyes. The meeting took place under the cover of darkness, with a full moon illuminating our uneasy faces. The Seeker revealed that the doll was once owned by a child named Emily, who had suffered a tragic fate in the forsaken farmhouse. Emily's spirit, they believed, had become tethered to the doll, seeking retribution for the injustices she had endured in life. The Seeker shared a plan to free Emily's spirit from the cursed doll, which involved a series of rituals, incantations, and a perilous journey into the supernatural realm. The stakes were high, and the risks even higher, but I was left with no other choice. As we delved deeper into the arcane and the paranormal, I began to experience vivid visions of Emily's past. I saw the cruelty she had endured at the hands of her caregivers, the isolation she had felt in the forsaken farmhouse, and the heart-wrenching loneliness that ultimately led to her untimely demise. The more I learned about Emily's tragic history, the more my empathy for her grew. It became clear that I was not only in a battle to free her spirit but also to seek justice for the innocent child who had suffered so profoundly. Our journey took us to places I had never imagined. We encountered restless spirits, malevolent entities, and faced dangers that defied all logic and reason. The line between the living and the dead blurred, and I questioned my own sanity at every turn. The climax of our quest arrived when we confronted Emily's vengeful spirit within the forsaken farmhouse. She appeared as a spectral figure, her eyes filled with a haunting blend of sorrow and anger. The rituals and incantations we performed were our last hope, a desperate attempt to release her from the cursed doll and bring her the peace she so desperately deserved. As the final incantation left our lips, a blinding light engulfed the doll, and a piercing scream filled the air. Emily's spirit, writhing in torment, was finally released from the doll's grasp. The room trembled, and an oppressive presence that had long haunted the forsaken farmhouse dissipated into nothingness. But the toll on my own soul was immense. I had come face to face with the paranormal, witnessed the torment of a lost child, and faced my own deepest fears. The experience had changed me in ways I could never have imagined, leaving me with haunting memories and a profound understanding of the supernatural. In the aftermath, I made the decision to bury the doll in a place far removed from civilization, hoping to ensure that it would never harm anyone again. The forsaken farmhouse, now free of Emily's tormented spirit, stood in eerie silence, a somber reminder of the horrors that had unfolded within its walls. The Craigslist nightmare had come to an end, but the scars it had left on my psyche would never fully heal. I had ventured into the darkness of the unknown, and I had paid the price for my curiosity. The malevolent forces that had once been confined to that cursed doll were now a part of my own story, a chilling reminder of the depths of fear and the mysteries that can lurk in the most unexpected of places.